nice sunny weather again today, although it makes me wonder with all the sunshine, how long will it be until people start complaining there's not enough water, for example, from the rain? I wouldn't doubt of it soon anyways. And what did I read today? This is kind of interesting. As you know, in the US, they may potentially ban things, for example, like DJI drones. And with that, if you guys remember, there were a lot of people saying they had no clue there was such a bill that was being proposed in the US. So I guess with that, people are trying to band together. This one says, AG drone distributors form coalition to fight moves to block DJI drones in US market. AG spray drone distributors have formed a coalition to urge lawmakers to reconsider plans to restrict the US activities of Chinese drone maker DJI Technologies. Members of the new coalition, Pegasus Robotics, Rantizo, Bestway AG Drone Nerds, HSC UAV, and Agra Spray Drones, who all supply DJI drones, are direct competitors. However, they felt compelled to team up after a defense spending bill that passed in the House of Representatives last month included amendments that would add equipment and services from DJI to the so-called cover list. This would block DJI from getting FCC licenses for future drone models and potentially lead to the revocation of existing FCC authorizations. As the Senate version of the defense bill, which has not yet passed, does not include the same provisions versus DJI, US farmers will not know if they will be included in the final version until it goes through the reconciliation process. So that was one of the, I guess, lucky breaks for them in general. But again, is it just delaying the inevitable? And I guess that's why these companies, for example, are trying to band together to stop it. So with that, they talk about how they're doing their part, I guess you could say, in terms of expressing how they don't feel it's right, but they're encouraging, I guess, regular users to voice their opinions too. And they also address in general of that fear on how DJI drones, for example, because they're connected with the Chinese Communist Party, they'll send your data and so forth back to them. It says here, DJI distributors have spoken to AG Thunder News in recent weeks, says fears that AG spray drones could be commandeered mid-flight for nefarious purposes or send vital information back to China or overblown. However, the coalition is keen to address lawmakers' security concerns and create cybersecurity standards or appropriate regulations to protect vital data across all drones, regardless of country of origin. I would think personally it is a little overblown in terms of that thought on how the company could just say, click a switch or something like that and every drone will fall out of the sky. Again, it'll require some kind of update, for example, like a firmware, for that to instantly happen. But at the same time, that argument on how some people have is just absolutely not true. They can't get your personal data unless you give it to them and so forth. It's that thing again with things like their geofence. You have to give them all your personal information for the most part to unlock that stuff. And that's just based on their, I guess, personal decision on where they feel people can and cannot fly. So I just don't get it. Like in that case there, if you're trying to make an argument being transparent 100%, you have to acknowledge that. That's how their products are for a lot of people. But either way, I guess a lot of people are more aware of this now. So let's see how the fight goes for them and so forth. Although with this topic, what usually comes up is how people say they would use things like American-made drones if they felt there was something equally as good, I guess, for the money. So this was kind of interesting, as I thought this company here, they did more drones and stuff for things like recreational use. But this one here says, Unusual Machines launches NDAA compliant, made in the USA flight controller for FPV drones. So are they planning to use this for things like military use and all that? As it says here, Unusual Machines, a drone and drone components manufacturer, today announced the launch of the Rotor Riot Brave 7 flight controller. This product is manufactured in the USA and is fully compliant with the National Defense Authorization Act. We are currently in the Blue UAS approval process for the Brave F7 flight controller. This underscores our commitment to supply chain transparency and regulatory compliance, said Alan Evans, CEO of Unusual Machines. This US-based production is our first step in providing a more secure and reliable supply chain to our customers, commercial and government customers. And as they say here, quote, we are thrilled to introduce our first US-made component, said Drew Camden, COO at Unusual Machines. The Brave F7 flight controller represents a significant milestone for our company and is the first step on our ambitious roadmap of having a suite of American-made components. Well, it's kind of interesting, again, the fact that they're trying to get that Blue UAS approval and so forth, because as you know, Skydio had a few drones that actually got in that list. But is this a sign of a lot of US-based companies wanting to take advantage of this potential ban on Chinese-made drones, I guess you could say, and just products in general when it comes to different categories. And I was reading this, which was kind of interesting. You know, that topic of AI, in terms of training it, you need things like data, where a lot of companies have been using publicly, I guess, available work. In some cases, people's videos, or even, I guess you could say, ebooks and stuff like that. But how about this one, where it just seems like there's so many corporations that are doing this, which is shocking people. It says here, NVIDIA, Apple, AI scrape dataset with 173K YouTube videos, Taylor Swift lyrics. Companies like NVIDIA, Apple, Anthropic, and Salesforce are training their AI tools on transcripts of YouTube videos they don't own and aren't licensed to use, according to a new investigation from nonprofit news studio Proof and Wired. In the world of generative AI, it might not come as a surprise that tech firms are scraping and using as much data as they can find to train AI models for profit, leaving creators and artists unpaid and in the dark. The group of 4 tech firms has been using an AI dataset called YouTube Subtitles, which consists of 173,000 YouTube video transcripts from nearly 50,000 channels for AI model ingestion and training. Videos from popular influencers and TV shows uploaded to YouTube were swiped and included in the dataset, like those of Mr. Beast, John Oliver, Jimmy Kimmel, and Stephen Colbert, to name a few. PC Mag found 2 of our videos included in the dataset by using Proof's database search tool. One is the explainer video on 2-factor authentication from 2019, and another is an unboxing video of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 in 2020. That's kind of interesting in terms of using AI training for a video like that. The dataset also includes pro-conspiracy videos promoting the flat earth theory. Proof notes, I guess ultimately like this too, will it even matter since there's no real, I guess, regulation and stuff like that? I know this is kind of a divided topic with some people too, where they say, hey, it's public information, you might as well be able to use it in every single way. But then again, a lot of people would argue more from, let's just say, an artistic point of view and just like copyright in general. Should people have rights to say, no, you can't use this, without, I guess, compensating them in some way per se, if that's what they want? All right, see you guys later.